Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Big Bad Booty Bitches Book Club live show for Diavola. It's been a rough week for everyone. Folks are sick.
With the
Do we remember what we read? It's unclear. It's okay. We have thoughts that we're going to share and just have a chill, fun chat.
Let's do it.
So, what were your guys' ratings and like initial thoughts for Diavola?
My first, 25%, and I was like, the vibes? And I texted Melody, instantly. I was like, Melody, you don't read a lot of horror, but it's set in Italy, and you need to read this one. I just was so into Haunted Italian Villa. It sold me.
Yes.
By the end, I think it lands 3 to 3.5, closer to 3.5, where it was definitely, not quite a 4, but I overall was like, fine experience. Went better than I was expecting. A lot of the reviews I'd seen had been mixed, and so I was like, oh, I'm gonna hate this. I don't know why I thought that, but I've also read Loot, so I've read her debut.
Okay.
I think it was her debut, but her other horror, and I liked it. It was definitely a similar tone of quiet horror, where it's not super action in your face, but it's just kind of eerie throughout.
Yeah, definitely eerie. I got those vibes, but I felt underwhelmed reading it, kind of. I like the synopsis, how it said that it kind of resembled the movie Hereditary, and I was expecting more of those sort of in your face horror elements and really just the skin crawling vibes, which I didn't get, and that's probably why I just kind of just a bit bummed about it. But I gave it 3 stars. I did like it. I just found it to be a bit whiny at times as well. I found the main character to be very whiny. Very whiny. And I did say, I didn't see it I was looking for reviews, but I saw I was looking through Instagram and I saw a review of a 1-star review of the book, and it said how the amount of times that it was repeated that she could translate Italian. I know that she could speak Italian, but the amount of times that it was repeated.
The Duolingo advertisement in this book.
Genuinely though.
I also use Duolingo. I've got a 500 HP. I cannot speak a fluent language still. So.
No, neither. And I was like, yes, girl, get that Duolingo. I tried Duolingo for when I went to Japan. I was like, you could totally become fluent from Duolingo. But just, yeah, I did like it. But then at the same time, I was like, the family drama, is kind of getting a bit repetitive in your face. We get it. You guys are the best family. It's what it is, sort of thing. And then the end of the book. But yeah, I liked it. It was all right. It was meh.
Yeah. I went into it with my expectations prepared for what was going to come, so I think that kind of helped, where I was like, okay, I know it's not going to be in your face horror because I've seen reviews and I know that there's going to be family drama, and so I'm prepared for that.
Yeah, I did see Ali her review. I think it was a few months ago. She read it and she said I love the family, domestic family, just fighting and stuff, and I was like, we love that. We do love to see that. It was good in that way.
Yeah, I feel like I'm with Sam on sitting at a 3.5. I liked the writing style, but I'm when is the creepy shit gonna get here? Yeah. Yeah, and the family drama was a lot. It was kind of okay, the drama's not even that good, No. Where's the juicy shit?
The thing about the the family drama is, as the black sheep of my family, as the girl that goes to big family vacations with her boyfriend's family, I've been in these situations so often that I was like, yeah, no, this is factually correct. And so I felt it was relatable, and I was like, ooh, I've been to these very uncomfortable family vacations where you're I can't really leave. I'm kind of stuck here and I'm trying to make peace, but I also want to get the fuck out. Relatable to that, but at the same time, it's we're drawing this out for a long time and I don't care about anyone.
literally though, like it was like drawing out, and then like, you know, the topic of abortion and things like that throughout the book, and how that like everyone else made it about them and like why they should have known. And I was like, it's not your business. Like literally just so frustrating when she's like, you know, I told you in just like a means to, you know, talking to my brother, and then like him going to blabber on to other people. Like it's just like, really?
We know what you did with the money.
Yeah,
We're not sending you any more money.
We know what you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, why are you mad at me? It's my life.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked Anna as a character. I could relate to her in that way of like people making stuff all about them, and she's like, that's not even true. Or the way that they spun the prom story and tried to make it seem like she was like hooking up with Nicole's boyfriend at the time, or Nicole freaking out about her trying to steal her husband. And Anna's like, dude, relax. Like that's not even what it is. They're just making up shit about her.
Yeah. But then like Anna's inner dialogue and her inner thoughts, and then like that just like, you know, the thoughts of like Nicole, like was it Nicole's like husband, and was like, oh, like he's actually kind of good looking and attractive, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what? It was just so random. Like, I don't know. Just
I was
like
like, are the ghosts in your head, girl? Or are you just like all of a sudden?
Literally. Sorry, my computer keeps going off. I don't know what is going on.
Yeah, it was interesting because going into it, I was like, okay, I don't know what kind of like spooky this is gonna be. If it's gonna be like actual ghosts, or if it's just gonna be like real fucked up shit with the family. And so I was like hesitant going in, and then it was like the door slammed when I walked in, and then I went to the patio and everyone was there. No one's inside, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then it was like the tower, and I'm like, what's happening? Where are we? Like I had a hard time picturing this villa, which is like this locked away little tower that everyone was so curious about. I was like, why?
Yeah,
and then
like I've been to
when they went in the tower.
Go ahead.
When they like went in the tower, there's nothing in there.
No, it was
like okay, so who cares?
Thing like, you know, like maybe scratch marks along or something like that, like because I kept like emphasizing on the nails and like just like the creepiness of that, and I was like, oh, maybe there's like scratch marks on the door or something like that, like, but like we didn't really get anything of that room.
Yeah, this lady was just picking up the cats.
Yeah,
taking the cats. She left one, but she's usually taking the cats.
Like that
what's with all the cats, dude?
What's with the cats? Like literally, I don't know, like the setting and the family dynamic and the setting. I don't know if I like felt like it went well together. Like, because obviously this town is very like abandoned. Not many people are there, and I don't know. I just didn't really get that vibe from like the Italian like small town countryside sort of thing.
I loved the Italian setting. Like I just loved it because I also like I did take a year of Italian in college, so like I have love for it. And so I was like, yeah, no, this is great. Like I love being in this little villa and they're hanging out in the pool, and then they drive to Florence and whatever, and I'm just like, love being here. This could have taken place anywhere though. It never felt so spectacular.
It didn't.
And like the thing with Loot, her other book, is it's set like on a small island, and you feel how small the community is. Whereas in this one, I was like, you could be in the States. The only thing is like you are the most obnoxious family being a tourist in another country, and everyone hates you. Like that was like the most accurate representation, though. Just like, okay, but give me more.
US, like how her sister kept saying about like it's not on the schedule, like like the schedule kept being brought up so many times over and over again as well, and I'm like, what schedule? Like you don't really get to do much here, mate. Like seriously, just take it day by day. Like,
yeah, especially with kids.
Even the kids and stuff, like, but yeah, some of the like eerie things, like the paranormal elements, like how the mum was put into the pool and like things like that, like I liked, and how she kept like thinking she saw like silhouettes of people, and I mean like the ghosts and stuff. Like I liked that as well. I don't know, I just felt like I didn't connect very well with Anna herself, so I just found her annoying, to be honest. Like, but then like obviously when she got home from Italy and how it followed her home, and then like when those things in the apartment started happening and she started losing her sanity and things like that, like that was like I was intrigued at that point as well.
I do love a book where it's like possession and spooky ghosts,
Yeah.
or you're just going fucking insane. I love that in
Yeah,
books.
and like you don't really know what was going on because like, you know, her like the family was like, it's all you, like it's in your head, you're the one who has this darkness, like, and then I was like second guessing. I was like, oh, is she really only being like, is she being mentally ill here, or like is there something actually like followed her home? Like, you know, that was another good part of it as well.
I think also just like losing a whole day of your vacation and then everyone being like, no, we remember what happened. It's like, I would be so freaked out that I wouldn't just like rush past that. I wouldn't be like, oh no, we like,
no,
we went to the pool or something. It's like,
Mm-mm.
what do you mean you don't remember a whole day from your week-long vacation? That feels important.
That feels very important.
Yeah.
Like, how do you just not remember?
Yeah, and then all of them just are like, no, we remember. You made it up. And then when she gets to the end and like finds out what they did or didn't do, not fully like sure if I understood all that was implied, but I was just like, her family doesn't remember anything, and only because she went back to the villa does she remember things with like Chris. And I was just like, what is
going on?
I wish that there was a better explanation for the possession of the whole entire family.
Because like was it Katerina? Like that's what the entity's name was or something, and she kept acting like they were besties, like, oh, are you happy now? Like, we're going back to Italy, like we're going back to the villa. And I'm like, bro, you're just talking to this demon like your best mates. Like that's what I really thought she was.
I would
really
also befriend my
off
possession.
the rails.
Why not?
Yeah.
God.
Not together.
It's like, my family sucks. I might as well make friends with the demon.
Yeah, make friends with the demon. Like, what? And then the one thing that I kind of just like thought was kind of like unrealistic was when she went back to the villa, and like how the ghosts were like helping like put Katerina, like the demon, back into the tower, and like they locked it back in and it couldn't get out again. Like, I was like, usually like, you know, like the originality like of her dreams, like the priest had to come and like holy water it or whatever and like lock it in place. Like, it was very quick just to push it back in that tower and forget about it. Like, I just thought there would have been more of a climatic thing happening for the demon to get sent away, like, instead of just like, sorry mate, you're getting booted.
Yeah, like everyone in the village just being so chill about it. They're like, oh yeah, my uncle or grandpa or whatever owns it. We don't talk about it though.
No, we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Why are you also like
So sus about it? Like,
yeah. Like,
you're sus, but you're still hiring the villa out for people to stay for a holiday?
Yeah, it's like, just don't go in the tower. It's like, okay, tell people it's not in a storage closet. They're not gonna care.
No.
Yeah, it's like, stop giving them the key.
Yeah. Like
that's my thing. Throw that shit out and then just don't rent it out. Like, what?
Throw it out. Obviously, it's going to follow you because the key is the whole key to the, like, it was the one that latched onto the key, and you're like, why would you give the key out in the first place if you keep saying, you go in that tower? And it's like, people are like, oh, like, what's in it? I'm going to go see what's inside. Like, it's that intrigue. It's like, obviously, someone's going to go look. You're not just going to be like, don't go look, and then they go look.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been to a lot of Airbnbs, and they've had like locked garages, and they're like, you can't go in there. And I'll be like, okay. You can have dead bodies in there. I'm not going to be the one to investigate your shit.
So,
I don't want to be involved.
It's just like, really? Like, I don't know, some of that. And then, like, I just didn't get the whole time jump at the end of the book. Like, what? It was like, well, how many years later? And she was living in Italy and had a gallery, and then like
epilogue.
And Nina was like bought off, and I'm like, that was such a random ending. How to end it? Like, so she stayed in Italy for the rest of the time, obviously.
Well, she's fluent. Duolingo.
Yeah,
made her
Good.
fluent. Of course she
She's
would say.
fluent, so she can live there. Like,
Change my language.
Oh.
So easy to find love.
Oh my god. Well, she could go anywhere though, really, because she was so fluent in all these different languages, German and everything else, like I said,
You just have to sit
Like
on
this-
Duolingo right before your class trip somewhere, and you're good.
It's
You're
like
solid.
how many hours do you spend a day on Duolingo?
I was gonna say, like, are you doing your day job or are you just on Duolingo all the time?
Like, our whole job is learning a new language. Like, it's actually so freaking hard.
Yeah, she only has 1 year in between each vacation to learn the next language, She's on a time crunch. She's got this down to a science,
She's gonna,
I've seen the YouTube videos where they're like, learn a language in 7 days. I've watched them. I understand the method. Is it possible? Maybe.
Yeah.
Does that need to be your entire character?
Debatable.
Yeah.
Very debatable. I know, but yeah, very interesting. Like I mean, yeah, it was. I liked the narrator as well on the audio. Audio. I thought that could have been make or break as well, because I was like, oh, like I really don't want to listen to a shit narrator this time. Like, but no, I did like it. It was a good one.
Yeah, no, I liked the audiobook too, which was so helpful because I listened to it at work. And so it was kind of interesting seeing like the family dynamic. I liked Anna and I related to her a good bit. And then just like seeing like her twin brother and like their relationship, I found interesting because twin adults freak me out. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just something about twins and their adults.
Seriously,
don't love it. But like seeing their relationship and how weird it was, and then like him bringing his boyfriend Chris. I don't know how I feel about Chris still.
I did not like him.
I didn't either. He was so annoying the whole time. I was like, Chris, I hope you die. I'm so ready to watch you die.
I wanted someone to die. I wanted someone to die. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted from it. Why I kept thinking like Hereditary, like, oh, like is someone gonna die? Like, is it gonna be gore? Is it gonna be like a bloodbath or something? Like, is it gonna be a fire? Like, I don't know. I just felt like that's what I was expecting, because I was like, oh, like, you don't just like like tag it to be like something like that movie and not be it. I don't know. I was expecting.
Pro tip: don't watch movies.
Yeah,
you just have to think about them.
And that movie is terrifying. Like, it is one of the scariest movies I have ever watched, and like that's why I was like, oh, this is going to be really good. And it was just more like a family like view dynamic sort of thing with like some paranormal elements out there.
Yeah. So did you guys pick up on the whole family killing Chris on their last day because they were all possessed equally? Is that what you got out of it?
Well,
that's what I got out of it.
I didn't get that.
When she went back to the villa and like saw his bag still there, and like his like ghost or whatever was like helping, and I'm like, okay. And then it felt like it was like saying like, yeah, so the whole family collectively murdered this man together because we were all possessed.
True. I actually didn't even know.
That's what I read, and I was like,
I didn't even think of that. Like, did he actually die? Because like that makes like sense.
Yeah.
I mean, like they were all. Yeah. Like he was the one who was adamant that like there's no way that ghosts or demons are real. Like, it's all in your head. Right. There's all an explanation for it. Like, he didn't believe in it at all.
But the note from Chris being in Benny's handwriting, being like, I'm leaving because I didn't pass the Anna check, which weird. Twin siblings that are adults, I don't like it. But very much just like the note was in your handwriting though, and so like you wrote it for him saying he left, but
he didn't.
She went back. His bags were there. He didn't, and no one remembers Thursday. It was just that's what That's
a good point. When she like saw his ghost in the window or whatever, like behind her with the other ghosts, I remember that.
Yeah,
I was like, he's dead, but like I was like, I don't.
But I wish we saw it.
Well, if they killed him, I'm like, where's all the blood? Where is
it? Like, where's the gang of them being possessed and like plotting the murder or like doing something for it to happen? Because like that would have been a really good twist to the story.
Yeah, no, when like it was just kind of like lightly hinted at, and I was reading other reviews and I was like, okay, so I'm not crazy on this, but like I don't feel like it was really said, and I wish that like the epilogue. Yeah, instead of the epilogue being like, oh, I'm married and life is great, I wish the epilogue was like, oh shit, the family, like like Nicole or Benny's POV and then remembering what happened and like getting the memories back over time and being like, oh, shit, we killed someone.
Well, like at the end, how it was Waverly, I think, who wrote a letter to her and was like, I don't talk to mum and dad anymore after like them dealing with their like demons or whatever of like the past or something. Like I'm like, maybe they remembered something from that time or whatever. Like, who knows? Who knows? It was just a bit of a blackout. Like you didn't really get much from it, which would have been a really good storyline because like. It's a really creepy, like, you know, the descriptions of like the demon and stuff, like it's very eerie and creepy and gross. And like that would have been like cool to see like more horror like in it.
Yeah.
I
definitely could have been a little more heavy-handed. But also like I've read Loot, so I have that like it's gentle horror.
Yeah, like it's just style, like gentle horror, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely could be YA.
Definitely YA, I feel. Yeah, it definitely wasn't like heavy on the horror. So I feel like anyone, would read it for YA. Because like some YA horror is like Darcy Coates like writes very like grotesque YA horror, and then like you have like that where it's like nothing in comparison. So yeah,
that's true. I don't know. I did like the idea of like vacation horror. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I feel like something always happens. Like, you know, it's always fun to see what happens on family vacays. Like, and if it goes wrong, like, what sort of thing? Like, going away on a cabin, like cabin horror and things like that. Like, it's always very interesting.
Terrifying, but interesting.
Yeah.
Really makes you want to travel the world.
Oh yeah, Italy sounds beautiful.
I would love to get possessed and kill someone.
I would love to get possessed.
Not related to me.
Literally, just don't open the tower. It's all good. Have the best time.
Yeah. Chris was such an asshole though when he was like going off on Anna about like, oh, you're the reason why Benny didn't, like that's why he moved to Philly or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like, what? Benny is so clingy.
So clingy.
Like to her. It was so weird. I was like, Chris, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
and then like got upset.
The way that Benny was like, I know that it isn't Anna's fault for things. Like, I remember that we lost today. Like, I know that's true, but I'm done sticking up for her. And I'm like, what? What do you mean you're done sticking up for her? When you're twins.
She's right.
And two, you know she's correct. Why would you not back her up on that? Why are you making like the family just hate her more? Like exactly. I don't know. That they're like their relationship was so weird and confusing.
It was like
I agree.
You're close, but you hate each other. Her and Nicole, like I understood their issues because I understand like sister and jealousies and so on.
Yeah, jealousy and
like,
things like that.
Sure, but it was weird. I was like, why does Benny have to act this way?
Yeah, it's just like trying to make his partner happy and things like that. But like when she was back in, like when she went back home and he rang her and was like, "Did you kill that whatever it was in like back in what you know how
did
like
you kill it? Was it a guinea pig?
Yeah, guinea pig. Did you kill like a pig? Did you not?" And she was like, "No, I did not, Benny." Like you know, and I was just like, "What's the point of this? Like seriously?" Yeah, like.
There's a lot of like weird little details, and I was like, "What is this supposed to mean?"
Yeah, like really random, weird details.
Maybe if I reread this, I'll pick up on things and be like, "Oh." Maybe it's one of those books where like you don't get it the first read.
You don't get it straight away. You're just like, this might be other things to the story or like underlying. Yeah, just it was an interesting time there. Like it wasn't bad. It was. Yeah. Like I read it quite quickly. I felt as well. Like it was a quick read for sure, like wanting to keep up with what was going on, family drama and the demon following her home and all the above.
Hey, no better souvenir than a demon.
Oh, but just like I couldn't get over the fact that she was like actually just acting like they were besties and she was just like talking to the void, like you know. and then just like was too scared to shower, but like was just like talking to her like in the apartment. Like she's like, oh, you learned how to use the internet, like that's another one for you. And I'm like, that's cool.
Hey man, I get it. If you leave a villa in Italy to fucking come to America, no boarding pass necessary, and you're learning about the internet for the first time because you've been dead for who knows how long, like yeah, I would also probably be like, you want to be friends? This is a wild time for me to get up to date on all of this.
Literally.
So,
and like she was just like, oh, like you swap, like like how she was like to Benny, like, oh, like, so did you have anything follow you home? And he was like, what are you talking about? Like, it was all in your head, man. She's like, oh, well, you know, you could probably think I'm crazy, but like it followed me home. And she's like, do you want to swap? Like, like no.
Love the idea. Like, well,
you know, once a demon like attached to you. Yeah, just like the whole like emphasis on the yellow hair as well. Like it's just disgusting. Like I felt disgusted every time like they brought up like the yellow hair. I was like, ew. It's just like yellow and disgusting and like dirty and I don't know. Just like yeah, I felt a bit like
okay, Emily hates blondes confirmed.
I don't hate blondes.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be blonde, guys. I don't hate blondes, but like I don't know. I don't know. Because like there was like one part of like when she was describing the hair and she's like she wasn't Katerina wasn't like the other women, like they weren't dyeing their hair with urine because like that's how they made their hair yellow. And it was like she was like using oxides or something. I was like, it's so random, like but gross.
Yeah.
It
was also so yeah, it was so weird too when they went to the museum and they're like looking at the art and she's like, oh, that's the girl.
That's the
ghost in the house. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Why?
Like, how do you
it just happens to be the same girl? Yeah. Like what?
Yeah. She's a Renaissance icon.
She's an icon.
Yeah, she's a blonde icon.
Like,
what?
You know, how did
like
you get like how did you get a painting of the one that's like trapped inside a tower? Like, how did you get there? Like, I don't know. It's just
I know someone it was one of those books, like maybe the author just like traveled to Italy and like learned a whole lot and was like, let me just tell you things. Let me tell you how they used to dye their hair back in the day. Let me tell you why this ghost girlie is not like the other girls. Like, let me explain it all. And you're just like, but it's random. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't need to know these things.
Literally. And like,
yeah. And you're like, even the like stuff that they're blaming on Anna is like random. Like killing the guinea pig and like the prom thing. And it's like, you guys are just making shit up. What are you talking about? Who gives a shit?
Who hates their family so much? Like,
just
you could probably find
get over it. Like, seriously. Obviously this has been and like how they kept bringing up when they went on their last vacation and like, oh, is it going to be another like episode
Chris
like,
just being like, I can't wait to see how she ruins it. You said I'm in for a show if I come on this trip with you.
I'm gonna have a show like watch because she had a good time. Like, you know, her family's embarrassed by her, but like there's no need for them to literally drag her down the mud. Like, you know,
like if you're bisexual, live your best life while traveling and avoid your family.
Like,
please.
Make your own choices. Like, you're an adult. It's not like you're a teenager. Like, you're literally old enough to make your own choices, and who cares? It's
live your best life.
Yeah, live your best life, girl. Like,
you go on vacation once a year, go have fun.
Yeah, exactly. It was so weird. It's like, who cares if she hooked up with somebody?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But then it also like circles back to like the weird sister family dynamic of like, you know how hard it was for us to get pregnant. I can't believe like you would get an abortion like that and not even like consider telling me about it. And it's like, whoa,
it's not your business.
Maybe not everyone wants to be you. Like, it's a weird thing of her pushing her family values onto her sister and like the parents doing the same. So it's just like, okay, I get it, but at the same time, weird way to approach this.
Yeah, and we didn't even get that much from the parents, I feel like. Like, her dad literally sat there and read a book the whole time.
He was an asshole. And, like, you know, like how they always had, like, that those issues, or has it only been recent? Like,
he was
just the
definitely
way-
like the submissive dad that definitely prefers Anna, but doesn't want to fight with the wife. So he says nothing.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of dad he was given vibes for. He was like,
Mhm.
I'm not getting involved with these ladies. You're just like,
no,
okay.
Yeah.
yeah, he was a little bit tough. I was like, you don't have to act like that. You don't have to be so
Yeah.
rude. Like, seriously.
But also, like, I'm blessed in my family dynamic of Austin's sister has 2 kids, so there's no pressure there. And then
No.
my like step family, they have kids, so my mom doesn't care. It's like I've never had that like weird familial force of like, when are you going to have children? Why aren't you having
Mhm.
children? How dare you get an
Why aren't you
abortion?
married
Like,
yet?
yeah,
Dare you?
and so
Like, how
it was.
you?
Oh, I hated reading about it. It was just like, I know people are like this, but I hate being in those scenarios where people just talk about it at all. I'm just like, I don't like it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, it's these day and age, like we're in the 21st century, like just the way that these families actually, like, they literally put all, like, pointing the finger and put the blame on everyone else, like, and it's you're the issue of the problem. Like, you need to work through your own problems and stop putting it on other people, like, or just like, you know, putting the blame card on everyone. I'm like, it's just, you don't need to do this. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I was getting so frustrated reading that. I was like, oh, like, what else is going to be blamed on Anna? Like, come on.
Mhm.
Just like continuous blame.
Yeah. Also, yeah, and it's like if you're gonna blame all this shit on your kids, like don't expect them to want to go on vacation with you every single year. That's the thing. It's like, okay, then don't bother your kids if you don't approve of their decisions. Leave them alone, you know?
Let them alone. Exactly. Like, you know, you have to come on family vacation, but it's like the thought of going,
Why?
like, literally made her like, I don't want to go, but she was going to cancel a flight and do this and this and this and this and this. I'm like, just don't go.
Yeah.
None of it would have happened.
It's one of those tough things. Like, I think, I want to say it was Erin's review where she was like, I would have just left. I would have just gotten a hotel somewhere if my family treated me this bad. But at the same time, like, I get the people-pleasing tendencies and, like, the pressure of, like, well, they're blood, and therefore they're your family, therefore you have to stick with them even if they're terrible to you. Like, I understand that pressure. Like, my mom puts that on me because we're, like, the black sheeps of our family. And so my mom all the time is like, you should reach out to your family. And I'm like, why would I do that? They're not nice to me. Like, they're not great either. I don't want to do that. And my mom struggles with, like, she still puts herself in the family spaces where I'm just like, I'm not going to do it. And so, like, I get it. Yeah. And I can see where Anna was like, I'm trying. But her efforts don't matter. But it's more just like pain, where it's like, oh, that sucks. That you are trying to be the bigger person and your family is just trash.
Yeah. And it's
but
like
I get why she didn't just leave.
Dealing with it like time after time after time. And it's like you can forget things and forgive and forget. But it's like, you know, how long for until it gets to that point where you're like, no, I actually can't do this anymore. Like, it's just exhausting. Like, honestly, just, I couldn't even imagine like if how long it had gone on for, like, and continuously going back and forth, like having a good time with your brother and then having like, he has got two, like how she kept saying, like, he's got two ends of like two personalities, like, you know, he'll either be like this way or this way. And it's like, it's just really like, it's just frustrating.
Yeah, or like he got mad that she spent those 2 days in Florence before she came and hung out with everybody else, and then he just acted all like shitty to her after that. And
it's like, May, I'm an adult. Like, I still came to see you. Like,
I also would probably do that. Like,
like he wouldn't
a trip to Italy.
Yeah.
Granted, if I was her, I would have rented my own car. She was old enough; she could have easily rented her own car and not had to rely on everyone. And I was like, girl,
that's true.
You got a place to stay, family to see on occasion, nieces that you enjoy and like you, that you can hang out with when it feels right. Go swimming with them, have fun, and then like get out of there.
Yeah, like don't stay with them.
Yeah, like you can have that freedom, and I understand the pressure of we have an itinerary, we have to stick to it. You have to be with us for everything. You're our translator. You have to do all these things for us. So I totally get it, but it would have also there would also not be a book if she was just like, I'm going.
No, I'm just going.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't be. But everything happens for a reason, and that was the reason.
And the reason is I want to take a ghost home.
Yeah, I want to take my girls home and be besties with her.
But I did like the visions where the like neighbor kids were like across the street, and she went to talk to them, and they just start like
Bleeding.
bleeding. I was like, oh, what is happening right now? I don't like that. But kids also creep me out. Like kids in horror books are so scary, and so I enjoyed them being there. Just like she just starts dreaming of them, just blood. Oh.
Or like when Mia and Waverly kept saying like, "Can we go play with the neighbors?" Like, obviously, like kids can see what we can't see, and obviously, like they were just seeing like the ghosts.
And Justin, the dad, was so chill about it. He was like,
"Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you guys can go find them.
Go
yeah."
ahead.
You mean to tell me you don't see them
around here? But sure, go ahead. Like,
yeah, go find them.
Yeah,
nothing could go wrong.
Yeah,
my kids will get stolen in a small town in Italy.
That's true.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. Go ahead.
Just go hang out with them. It's all good. And he was just like, what?
He's like, that's fine. But the husband Justin was so weird to me too, because his relationship with his wife, Nicole, was so strange. She just acted like she hated his guts the whole time.
Yeah.
But then she gets mad if he walks in to the room and Anna's there, and she's like, you guys are flirting.
Yeah.
But you also treat him like shit. So like,
yeah.
I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I've heard jealousy.
Oh, obviously you've got some trust.
Nicole was weird.
Nicole was wild, and like
she was wild.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say too much on the internet because people could see this, but like I know someone very close to family relations that is very much that person where it's like everything has to be going to plan, wrangling the kids to do things, just kind of having more of the control over vacations like that, and like getting so stressed. I know someone exactly like that, and so I can very easily see how it can happen, but it makes everyone else have a not great time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it can ruin it. It can ruin anything. Like when people are like that, like, you know, they base everything around their schedule, and like you have to fit into this, and like how when they left the villa, and she was like, you know, you can come and stay with us if you want, but like you might be best if you get your own place or whatever, and just like, you know, already booked everything, and it's just like, no, this isn't a part of the schedule, like we have to go to do this first, like just things like that. You're like, oh, can I not do anything for myself? Like,
yeah.
Especially when you don't like include everybody in the itinerary planning, where it's like, is there something you specifically would like to do? And then it's like, oh, we're gonna do stuff. It's like, well, no wonder the three of them go wine tasting before the hand because they don't want to be there.
They don't want to be there. Exactly. I'll get away from that sort of like just those people. Like, I don't want to be around those people right now. Like, quick, run, get out while you can. Yeah. It was also sad seeing Anna like want to work on her art and draw and stuff, and just knowing that like I'm at these cool places and know this is like an awesome thing I want to like take out my sketch pad, and I can't because the people that I'm with are like judgy, or they're like rushing everything. Yeah. I definitely feel like I've been in that situation before where I'm like, this is an opportunity and I'm on vacation. I want to do what I want to do and I can't. And it's almost like an embarrassing thing of like, I can't be myself around these people, even though it's like family. Ugh.
Yeah, no, it pained me when she was like, I'm finally at this place, and then the mom's just dragging her by the wrist like she's a fucking mess. Like, you need to translate and tell me all about these art pieces. It's like,
girl, look at them.
Okay,
like,
you don't care about them anyway.
Like,
there's like people that work there that can help you.
Yeah. When I found, I think it was like her sketches in the bin or something, and they're like, you should be selling these. You should be selling these. And she's like, this is for me. Like, I don't need to if I don't want to, sort of thing. And I'm like, like the pressure that they put on her. Like, what are you doing with yourself? Like, you're putting all of your skills to waste, you know? And I'm like, it's a thing that she just enjoys to do in her own time. Like,
not everyone has to profit from their hobbies.
Yeah.
Like,
just us freaks.
telling them. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so disappointed. I'm like, oh my god, let her live, man. Like,
no kidding.
For enjoyment. Obviously, she just wants to draw. Like, let her freaking draw or paint or whatever she wants to do. Like, you know, doesn't have to go and sell them. Like,
I think for me, the like digging stuff out of the trash was so interesting too, because like I'm with Sam of like, it's the internet, I'm not going to say too many things. But like have a family member like that too, where they dig shit out of the trash. And it's such an invasive thing of like, that was a thing you threw away and it's not your business. Like somebody going through your trash and taking out like stuff you made or didn't want or whatever and like showing people is such a red flag.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen that in a book before. Yeah, I'd never seen that in a book before, and I was like, that's super true.
Yeah, again, it felt very relatable for a family drama.
Yeah.
But definitely is one of those like marketing missed the mark on like how horror it is. Because it definitely felt more literary with a weird
definitely
ghosty atmosphere and presence, but it wasn't really dived into as much and focused a lot more on the characters, which if people like character driven books, they probably enjoy this more. Even though I wouldn't say there's like strong character development.
Yeah.
Definitely not strong character development, but like just unhinged, unreliable characters for the ride. Like seriously. But then like I've also seen reviews of like this book and people like who are only being like introduced into horror and like they've actually found this book quite unsettling and like creepy, which is like, you know, that's great. Obviously everyone has their own like tolerance to what scary is in terms of like books, but like it definitely had that atmosphere there. But I was just a bit underwhelmed because I just expected more. But
yeah,
definitely.
I think it's also like the cover very much gives a different vibe than the inside.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And it was very slow burn in terms of like horror. Like we just got more family feuding and like that sort of dynamic. And then it was like introduction, like just throwing in a couple of slam doors here and there and like, and then it got really like unsettling when like obviously it followed her home and things like that. Like that was 80% into the book, like. But it was, yeah, that was that.
Yeah, I agree. Sam, what did you think of Loot in comparison in terms of like rating?
I think I gave Loot 4 stars. But again, it's definitely like a slower type of horror, but very, very different premise where it's like set on a small island. And she has like she's married, she has a kid, and she's new to the island with her husband, and the island has like this weird ritualistic type of thing going on that she's like like learning along the way and like trying to respect while also being like that outsider that's like what. But I think the writing was still good. It's still short, so it was like a quick easy read, and overall I thought it was like entertaining enough. It kind of had like a not quite pandemic feelings, but definitely reminiscent of the time without there being a pandemic involved. But I did enjoy. Oh wow, words! I did enjoy that one a little bit more than Diavola, just because it felt more of like a close knit, small town, eerie community, and I thought that the like there wasn't no jump scares. It was the same kind of like unsettling, eerie throughout, rather than like big horror moments, but also just like weird things happening to kids and ritualistic stuff is just a different kind of horror than
100%.
The light ghosties.
Just like kids and stuff. Like, and also in like Diavola as well, like when like Waverly and Nina were like experiencing like the hauntings in like the villa and like how they ended up like spewing out the wine and things like that. Like that was very weird, and like I found that to be quite disturbing. Like always dealing with kids, like I said, Sam, like kids and horror is like a whole other view on horror. Like I always get more like unsettled with like kids involved in like stories of horror.
I did really like Diavola.
I did too.
Yeah, same. No, that was good.
Yeah, it was really cute to see their relationship with Anna too.
Yeah.
Like when it was just the three of them in the house and Mia got like stuck in the tower.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was fun. That's when I was like, okay, we're doing something here, you know?
Yeah. And then
but
like,
also is
okay.
but it's also so like easy to see how kids are malleable. Like once Nicole was brought back in, Nicole was like, oh,
right,
Anna did this to you. And then the kid's like, yeah, no, that sounds right. Totally. When the kid very well knew that they just randomly woke up there. But Nicole was able to like point the blame. And so the kids were like, sure, we'll go along with what our mother says because that feels more correct to us.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, when Waverly's was it like her stuffed like animal or something, and like they left the villa and she was like, oh, I left it inside, and she's like, don't worry, I'm gonna go get it. Like, and Anna went back inside and it was under the bed, and like how she crawled under the bed, and that part I was like, oh, like when like, you know, the hand was like gripping up her leg and up her thigh, and like she could feel the fingernails, and I'm like, ooh, like this is creepy.
Yeah.
Like that was definitely a creepy moment. I was like, that's when she's latched onto her, like, you know, like who knows when it was, but like I was like, oh, yuck.
She should have just left that dumb possum there.
Oh yeah.
That thing was gross. Don't buy your kid a stuffed possum. That's stupid.
Yeah.
It's not cute. It's not cute.
My boyfriend loves possums. He thinks they're so adorable, and I'm like, with a rat tail like that? No, they're not. Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
No, my uncle's scared of possums, so we would get him like possum cards and stuff as a joke. I didn't. My family did.
Your family could be in this book. That's the same type of thing that they would absolutely do in Diavola. It's just
they absolutely would.
Here's a card.
Yeah, here's a card.
Yeah. Here's it in every possible form.
But I also have a grandma like that who loves pigs, and we give her anything pig related. And it's just like, why do we do this to people? Like, I love giraffes. I have a giraffe tattoo. I like them a lot. For whatever reason, that equates to people's memories and brains just being like, get her anything that has a giraffe on it. It's like, I don't actually want that. Thank you, though. I like them. Yes, I don't need just that all the time.
You're like, I don't need my house to be full of giraffes.
I kid you not. Before this was my office and book room, it was the giraffe room. Because we had a guest bed.
The giraffe room.
It was every giraffe thing that was ever given to me.
What?
They're still here.
Oh my god!
What?
I didn't notice that before.
That giraffe is so big. Oh my god!
It's like
there's still essence of them.
The house that we
funny.
just bought, like the owners inside have cows everywhere. Like there's cows everywhere. Decorations. The front yard is had a cow mailbox. It's got cows. In like the welcome area, like there's cows everywhere. Like they're obsessed with cows, like inside. I'm like, oh my god! Like,
I don't know why we're all like this. Like I don't know what it is about like liking something and latching onto it.
Everywhere, like it's just obsession.
My stepsister's kitchen is Coca-Cola themed, and I kid you not, there's Coca-Cola everywhere.
Everywhere. Oh my god!
Like vintage Coca-Cola stuff, new stuff. It's ridiculous. It's like, how do people? Why do we do
And
this?
it's like a hobby for people. They just collect.
It is.
Like, yeah, it's just like collecting. So much fun.
Like I get it. I collect books.
Yeah.
So like I get it. I'm equally as insane.
Yeah.
But why?
Like, no. It's
but that's like a hobby thing. Having your house covered in cows is not a hobby.
Yeah.
You know,
like
just
cows. Like how obsessive of cows are you? Like you live in a house, like you don't even live on a property, and you've got.
You're like,
cows.
just buy a cow. Just buy a real cow. Just one. That's all you need.
God, it's all good. Like have one cow.
Yeah.
Literally though, I was just like, oh my god, this is so freaking random, but like keep the cows. I don't want the cows.
Yeah, you're like, can you take your mailbox, please?
All your cows.
I don't want to repaint it.
No, literally.
Yeah, that's like part of the agreement. You're like, you have to like decow the entire house, otherwise I'm not buying it.
Because I literally asked us, they're like, do you want us to keep like because I had like horseshoes inside as well, and like
Do you want a remembrance of us before we move out?
Like, I said no,
Not really, no.
No, I don't.
Decorations. I don't need any of that. I'm not country like that.
I'm not country.
I'm not country.
Emily, I'm gonna send you a cow sweatshirt at some point in your life.
Yeah, we're gonna send you some
but
cow
it's gonna
shit.
happen.
Like they're cute, like sure, but like I'm not country.
They're not country either. That's why they don't have a real cow.
They're like they wish not country.
Mud, you. Cows? Sure.
They wish they were in the country. Oh, that's so
That's
funny.
hilarious.
No, seriously, some people just like to collect.
Alea, how's the new kitty? Are you obsessed?
The new
Are you
kitty. Yes, he's also teething.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's putting everything in his mouth, which is
Yeah.
fun. Yes. He's also growing so much. When we got him, he was so small he could fit like in my fiance's hand. And now he's like big. I
Yeah.
was looking at him today and I'm like, you grew so much in like 2 weeks. How'd you do that?
It's scary how
Yeah.
fast
But-
they grow with like animals. She's
Yeah.
like I look back at Raven, my dog, and like the little puppy photos. I'm like, she was so little, and now she's so
Yeah.
big. Like,
Yeah.
Lots of
But we
pictures.
named him yes. Yeah. We named him Rigby. So
oh, Mordecai,
little Rigby, he's yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because my fiance is an animator. So plus he has little stripes, like a raccoon.
Oh my god, stop!
So-
That's so cute.
Yeah,
I
he's
love
cute.
watching Titans. Oh,
He's a
watching
goose.
Titans, regular show. That's so good.
Yeah. But he was so
Oh.
grumpy this morning. I was like, dude, what is your damage? You're not normally like this. What the hell? He was so bitey and he took like a 3-hour nap after that. I was like, yeah, go back to sleep and then wake up with a better attitude because I don't know what's going on with you.
Yeah.
I'm like, I fed you. You're so full of chicken, bro. Like, calm down.
That's
I don't know what
so
you're dealing with. Relax.
It's the tooth pain. They'll get over it.
Yeah,
Probably.
like babies when they teeth, they're like they get
Yeah.
stupid.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
so
lovely.
he's just being grumpy because he's teething and growing and whatever. So, but it's funny to watch him learn stuff because he's pretty smart and he's like picking up on things.
Yeah.
And now, because he wasn't really ready for some of the toys I got him when we first bought him, because I didn't realize, like, I went to the store and I didn't have him with me, and I came home and I'm like, oh, some of these toys are like as big as you because you're so tiny. And so I had him in a bag in my room, and he came in, this was like earlier this week, and he got into the bag and he pulled out one of them by himself and was running around the house with it. And it's like a wand toy with like the plastic stick and then the string with the thing
Yeah.
in. And he's been running circles around the house, carrying it around. He's like, I'm big now. This is my favorite toy. I'm like, you were
what
scared of
she
that
did.
like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I got her
funny.
one of those stick feather toys, and eventually the
Yeah.
feather came off, and she would just carry the feather around, and then it just became a single feather, and she would just carry that around. Now it's like
That's hilarious.
an ear from a dog toy that she'll carry around. I'm just like, okay, you freak, you little
It's like
freak.
I've never been a cat person, but like one of my good friends like has 2 cats, and I go over there quite often now, and like seeing like Amy's Pepper and like just cats in general, I'm like, oh, like I'm getting a bit attached to cats, and I'm like, I would love a cat, but Kane hates cats, so like I don't think I could ever get a cat.
Once you move, we'll get you a cat.
Yeah, I mean,
What I
like,
seem to do is I just influence people to get cats now.
Yeah, it's really Sam's fault.
but like easier than dogs, because like Raven is
Mhm.
just next level. Like we want another dog, obviously, when we move, but like I
And a
just
cat.
I don't want to go through the puppy stage again. Like I'm actually dreading it. I'm dreading it.
That's our first dog that we got was a year old, and then we got a puppy, which was Austin's
Mm.
first puppy ever. And so like I kind of had to
Mm.
take reign of like, this is how you handle a puppy. But
Mhm.
adopting a dog that's a year old, so nice. They're
Oh,
like
yeah.
already pre-trained.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Just it's like a whole second job. Like it's a whole other
Mhm.
full-time job looking after a puppy. It's a whole lot of work.
Yeah, that is one thing, because growing up we always had puppies and I'd never had a kitten before. So this was our first like pet together with my fiance and I, and we were like, we've never had an indoor cat. And I was so shocked that like Rigby's never had an accident. Like we got him, he was 6 weeks old and he already knew how to use the litter box and he
That's
eats
so
and like
good.
is great. So he's never had an accident. It's not like a puppy where they're like
No.
chewing stuff and all that.
Chewing stuff is
So-
what I'm worried about. Like new
Yeah.
furniture, like don't want that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because Raven chewed a table leg off one of my side tables when she was a puppy, and I'm like,
Wow.
I don't want to go through with that again. She literally chewed
Yeah.
it. I was like,
My
why?
puppies ate a whole couch, so like I get it.
Mhm.
What's so yummy about a bloody wooden leg?
Yeah.
My dog loves wood. Like we bring in wood
That's
for the
so weird.
fireplace often, and they'll just like grab little chips of wood and start nibbling. And I'm like, why are you doing that?
Why?
Don't eat
Yeah.
that.
So random. I'm like, yum. Delicious.
No kidding. Yeah, at our old house, we we didn't really realize how much damage the puppies did to the house until we moved, and my parents pulled the couch away from the wall. They ate the sheetrock off the wall. We thought they were looking out the window because there was like a space of wall below the window. No, they ate the walls.
Oh
We
my
had
God.
to repair it when we moved out. My parents were like, "What the hell?" They were eating well this whole time. We had no idea. It was like
Wow.
2
No,
years. We didn't
never
know.
ill. Like, just didn't
Yeah,
die.
no, they were fine. They were fine.
Oh yeah,
Dogs are
asbestos.
so
No
resilient.
worries. I'm just gonna eat asbestos.
It was so weird. I was like, "What? We feed you? Like, what the hell?"
Literally, yeah. Dogs are just so random. They have minds of their own.
Yeah,
They just eat whatever they want. Like tissues, destroyed, chewed,
yeah.
eaten. I'm like, yuck.
Every
That's
time.
disgusting. But
Every time. We're just like, bro.
every time.
Yeah, but it's kind of interesting having a kitten after you've had puppies because, yeah, like Rigby knew how to go to the bathroom and he kind of is more, I don't know, self-sufficient. Like he's still a baby. And so he
Mhm.
still is like a klutz. He like falls off of shit all the time. I don't know how many times I've caught him as he's like falling off the bed or the couch. I'm like, dude, he has like no depth perception. He runs into the walls and shit. He's just a
Yeah.
goober. But
Yeah.
it's not like having a
Indoor
puppy where
cats
like you have to.
are just not as smart as outdoor cats. There's just something
Yeah.
in them. They just don't compute.
That is dopey.
But they're cute.
Mm-hmm.
They are cute though.
But yeah, no, as long as the litter box stays relatively clean enough, you're
Mm-hmm.
golden.
Yeah. It's been pretty chill so far, which has been interesting. But it was funny because Peyton, my fiance, was not sure about getting one. And I saw an ad on Craigslist and I was like, dude, it's like 5 minutes from our place. These people have 10 kittens because they had two
Yeah.
mom cats that had babies within a week of each other. So they had 10 of these little tiny kittens. And I was like, they're so cute. I was like, let's just go look. Maybe they'll be feral and we like won't want them.
Yeah.
But we got there and they were so cute. And the lady was like, yeah, it's just like $25, like whatever you want to do.
Nice.
Just basically like giving them away, super chill. She was like, yeah, our cats have babies every year. We just like sell them on Craigslist. It's like really chill. So we got one and we didn't have any cat stuff. We had to go to Petco and get everything.
Like, I didn't
It was like a
actually think I was
Monday
gonna-
night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I have to work tomorrow. And now all of a sudden we have a cat.
It's like,
That was
like,
like
oh my
how
God.
we got our dog. And them too.
Yeah.
Like, I just was like on Facebook looking at the local rescue and I was like, oh, they have two twins. How cute. We should go look at them. We just look at them. We can come
Yeah,
home to
right.
two more
Yeah.
cats. Well, let's
Mhm.
just go look at the puppies. Let's just see
Let's
what
just
they
go
got.
see.
Maybe they're not going to be available when we get there. There's one left. Well,
Literally.
now we're going to go to IKEA.
Yeah.
I'm just like glad because next month I'm gonna be working 2 days a week at home because like I'm in the office. So I'm like 2 days at home is gonna make a massive difference if we do get another dog. So then like I can just like scope it out and stuff. Like I won't feel as bad not being at home every day. Whatever.
Yeah.
So it's gonna make a big difference. So I'm like, if we get one, we get one. But I'm just like,
When both of you move, more dogs in the future.
yeah.
It's all good.
Mhm.
You just got to move first.
Just got to think about what breed as well because like that's a whole
Yeah.
other thing too. Like we don't really know what breed we want yet. We don't know. Like she's a Kelpie, so she's like very active. Australian Kelpies are just like crazy. They're literally insane.
You have an Australian Shepherd Husky mix. I get it.
Mhm.
A lot of energy.
A lot of energy. They just never die.
Yeah.
They're always going. Doesn't matter. 1 a.m. zoomies, it's all good. Like seriously. So yeah.
Yeah. So then you're like, well, what can I get that goes with the dog I currently have? And you have to get along and all that too.
I'm just glad that we have good fences. So I'm like, they can't jump out or like they're not gonna be able to get out, which is like the most important thing for me because like a lot
My
of
dogs have
get-
eaten through the fence.
Oh, that's scary.
My dogs are psychotic.
That's scary.
Yeah. No, Finn is a German Shepherd, Belgian Malinois, so he's a very tough dog.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of separation anxiety, and he has done a lot of damage to the house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, it's fun.
it's so good. We love
You're
her
like,
anyway.
it's fine.
We love her
Whatever.
anyway.
I
We
got
won't
a new
change it.
couch. I love it. It all worked out for the better.
Oh, literally, that's so funny.
Yeah. You're like, this is why we can't have nice things with all
This
these
is
animals,
why.
you know?
This is why dog hair gets everywhere, cat hair gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We were like sitting down for dinner, and It doesn't happen every time, but all 5 of our animals were just like inching in closer to Austin, just like waiting for him to drop food, and he's like, "No, this is too much."
He's like, I'm in the middle of a gang right now. I don't like this.
Like anything in the kitchen, like a plate gets sit down or whatever, they're out there. They're like, boom, like, what is this food? Like, it's funny. They're just so funny.
But at least by the time you move, Alea, your cat will be a little bit bigger, and then getting a dog won't feel so like intimidating.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Well, and that's why I was telling Peyton. I was like, see, that's why we should get one now. So then by the time we move, he can be neutered and he'll be big and he'll be like trained and stuff.
Yeah.
And Peyton was like, I don't know about this cat. Yeah. And now they're like best friends though, because Peyton works from home. And I was like, you need to have a little buddy. Like, you get weird when you're home alone all the time, you know?
Yeah.
And now they're best friends.
Who says they don't like a cat gets a cat and they're obsessed. It's usually fathers that are like, I'm not a cat person. One cat, best friends. Life is changed forever.
Yeah, it's so funny because Peyton will just sit there and like belly laugh over the cat when they're playing together, and it's so cute. And I'm like, you didn't even want this cat. Like, I'm the one who was like, we're getting a cat. Like, sorry about it.
Like when any guy says, I don't want an animal, and then they actually get one, and they're like, they love me more than you, and I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I'm like,
yeah, sure.
You.
It's like you're a liar. It's just like they're softies. Like, stop lying to yourself.
I was like, if you really didn't want one, you would have said no, like actually no, instead of being like, oh yeah, whatever, you want one. Just shut up.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting having to move with the cat. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we'll figure it out.
I'm worried about moving with Raven because, like, we've been here for, like, 2.5 years and she's grown up with 3 other dogs. And so, like, moving into a house with no other dogs, I'm going to feel terrible.
Right.
I'm like, Kane's just going to have to come here and see the dogs, like, you know. Because, like, I don't want her to get upset or, like, alone. Like, she's going to miss her brothers.
Yeah. Dogs are definitely harder. With cats, it's like, if you're driving, pretty easy. If you're flying, probably pretty easy. I think you can have them as, like, a carry-on sometimes. Once you get there, though, like, it'll be a rough maybe week or 2 of hiding under the bed or couch.
Everything.
And then getting used to it. And then they're fine. It's like nothing happened. You're like, great.
Like, oh, new environment. Like, what?
So much easier.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for reading Diavola.
So glad that I could derail this with animal conversations at the end.
Yeah, no, that was great.
What I do best.
Clearly resembles a cat in the book, you know.
Yeah, there were so many cats. It was on theme, you know.
Yeah, it was on theme. It's fine.
I would love to pick up an Italian stray cat. That's the dream. Just go on.
Yeah, that's what she should have brought back for real.
Right? Like, hang out at the villa, play with some cats, take one home. No better souvenir.
Take that home and not a demon. Like, who wants to take
also, like, who is letting their cats just run around this villa? I'd be like, I'm not letting my pet hang out there.
Right?
No.
Like, what?
The people don't like it.
What are you doing?
The tower is deadly. My cat can go hang out in the tower, though, I guess.
Yeah, the cats, they just live there. It's fine. What?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Imagine if she just decided to make it a giant cat tower. And so they were like, oh,
that would have been hilarious.
It was just like a litter box that's never been cleaned at the bottom. And then just like a cat tower for them to climb up and down. And they were like, that's why we didn't want you in there. It just stinks.
That would have been so funny. It's so stupid that there was nothing in there. Like, at least put some furniture in there. This is stupid.
Something. Like, come on. We need to climax to what's actually going to be in that room. And then, boom, nothing. Sorry.
I want to reread this
tricked you.
Cat focused.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, that would have been so funny.
It either needed to be more cat or more spooky.
Yes.
More spooky.
One or the other.
Something in between.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. That was awesome.
Thank you for having me on and having Sam on. And
yeah.
Thank you for chatting. It was good to chat to you both. Never chatted to you before, Sam.
I know.
Yeah.
We've been friends for so long.
Literally. It was so great. I was like, yeah, I know Sam. That's all good. Like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
maybe like Emily, if you
Because the
didn't live in
times are
Australia,
different.
we could like sprint
So
together
annoying.
more or something.
I know. It's just
Such
like,
a different time zone.
yeah, time
I
zone is
know.
just like the one thing that I absolutely hate living in Australia, because like it's only lunchtime here now, and it's like probably late for both of you, like the night before.
Yeah, no, like I kid you not.
Yeah.
The Discord's like popping at like 1 a.m.,
Yeah.
2 a.m. my time, and I'm like, bitches, I'm asleep. I can't
Yes.
be here.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, probably
Without
like,
me.
why are you chatting at this time? But it's like, sorry, it's only like 5 p.m. here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's why I like doing book club and stuff, because then
Yeah, I
people get
know.
to actually like chat and stuff,
Yeah,
even if we
like-
have to figure out these crazy time zones.
I know, it's good. It is. It's been fun. It's been good to discuss.
It's fun. Yeah.
There's a spider on my window.
Yeah. Probably not as bad as ones here.
Damn, it's your new pet. What's one more, right?
Yuck.
Anything but. Anything but. I want to get a Mancoon so bad. Austin has vetoed it every time.
A what?
A Mancoon? Like those big,
Big-
fluffy cats.
Big
like
cat?
The big
How many
cat.
cats do you have?
That's
3.
insane.
You have 3 cats?
3. I feel
More
like
the
4 is like
merrier.
around
3
even
is
number. He likes
Yeah.
even
Even
numbers.
number.
Just have a sanctuary at your house. That's all.
Yeah, no kidding.
We're talking about getting like a little like cat patio
Yeah.
through one
Oh,
of
yeah.
the windows for them, because 2 of them are
Cool.
indoor cats
Yeah.
that are scared of everything. But it'd be fun
Aw.
if we could have like just like a little window space.
No.
Yeah, and then you can put the Maine Coon in there. He won't even know. It'll be technically outside,
Exactly.
right?
You would never know.
Yeah.
He
Just put the
comes
Maine
up to
Coon
me
kitten out
reading.
there.
Just me in this little cage reading with this giant cat.
I think you should get one just because it'd be really funny.
It would
I
be.
agree.
Do it.
Once I have the money for one and find a good breeder,
Yeah.
it's game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I believe it. I believe you can do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I think it's so funny that he said no. You're like, we already have so many pets. Like you can't say no anymore at this point.
Literally every time he's like, no. I'm just like, one
No.
last pet.
one
Big
more.
cat. Big fluffy cat.
The biggest cat you've ever seen.
That's all we want. There's one more cat.
We need a cat to be the king of all the other cats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think my oldest
That's
cat would
hilarious.
absolutely hate that. She's an indoor outdoor and she's like head of house.
Yeah.
Mm.
So prissy. So I don't know if she would like a bigger cat.
Oh my god.
I think that's hilarious. I'm wondering how big Rigby's going to be because he's already growing a lot and his feet are really big. And I'm like, are you going to be like
A big cat.
huge? Yeah, I feel like he might be.
Usually
Also,
with
he
the
likes,
stuff, you can tell.
yeah, and he's a boy. So I'm like, are you going to be bigger? I don't know. But when we got him, the lady was like, yeah, there's one more kitten upstairs. I can show you if you want, but he's in the wall right now. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, there's a hole in the wall. And I can like go, he can go in there and I can stick my arm in and get him, but I can't like walk in.
Yeah.
And I was
Oh
like,
my God.
okay. I was like, can I see him? And she was like, yeah, sure. Let me just like open up a can of food and pull him out of the wall. And that was Rigby. So he loves being in like enclosed spaces because he's,
So you
and we
got the
always joke
white.
that-
Wow. You got the wall
Yeah.
cat.
yeah. Yeah.
A
We always
what?
joke that he misses
Oh.
being in the walls. So he'll go like behind
Oh.
the door. Like if we prop open a door, he gets in the space in the back behind the door and the wall. Because it's
My
like
indoor cats do that too.
tiny.
Yeah.
It's goofy.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Oh,
he was
love
in the
it.
walls. I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna take him out of the wall and take him home.
Yeah.
Why not? You know?
We all have an origin story.
Yeah, I know. He's got well, and the place, I didn't really know where we were going. And we were driving out to the place on the Craigslist listing, and it was like out in the sticks. And we get there, and there's a little house with a big shop in the back where they do like car repairs. And then there's just like junkyard cars everywhere around this house. And I was like, where are we? Like, is this safe?
That feels about right for like 10 cats and 2 litters. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, yeah, so they had him in the attic above the like automotive repair shop thing. So he'd never been outside. So he's freaked out by grass
Oh
because
god.
he was in the walls. So, you know, he's
Hey,
like, yeah, he's like,
walls.
no.
No better perfect indoor cat to have than a cat that would rather
Yeah.
be in your walls.
Exactly, yeah. He does not want to go outside. We tried to walk him outside just to get him used to it.
That's
No.
Not a bar of it. Not a bar of it.
He does not like that. So,
No.
but I don't have to worry about him like escaping because he doesn't want to go.
Yeah,
So,
there's like curiosity with our indoor cats. We've walked them once. They screamed the whole time.
Oh my god.
He didn't go far.
I believe it.
It was the videos are hilarious though, but they hated it. It was like, okay, well, we have a small harness just in case. But every time
Right,
we
yeah.
like leave the door open to the backyard, everyone else comes in and out, and they'll just be like sitting on the edge, just thinking about it. Just like, maybe this is my chance, and I'll step outside, and then one tiny sound happens, and they bolt under the couch, and you're like, all right, cool, no concerns.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
man.
Yeah, I think it's so funny. But his favorite place to be is on the couch, wrapped in blankets. So we bring him back from his walk and we put him on the couch, and then he purrs and looks at us like, "Don't ever take me off this couch. I'm so mad at you."
I don't want to leave.
Indoor cat, thank you.
I'm an indoor
wanna
cat.
stay
Yeah,
with
he's like,
introverted.
"Leave me here. You can go on your own walk."
Oh, I love Rigby. I would die for Rigby.
He's got so much personality already. I'm like,
Oh,
dude, you haven't even been to the vet yet. You're so small. Calm down, bro.
You
Yeah,
haven't even been
it's not that
vaccinated.
big.
Relax.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wait
Oh,
until-
precious.
Yeah.
I love
Such a
him.
goober. Goober. I don't know where he is right now. I kind of want to go get him so I can show you. I kind of want to find him.
I won't
Let's go on a
complain.
Rigby. We're going on a Rigby adventure really fast.
Rigby!
I think he's awake. I just don't know where he is.
Hiding as cats do best.
I love the name
He's
Rigby.
being
though.
really,
That's so iconic. I
he's
actually
being
love
really
it.
quiet, so he might be like doing something bad. I don't know. Let's find out.
I always love the like,
Cat
oh,
adventure.
there's no noise happening? Something's horribly wrong in my house.
What's going on?
Yeah. Where's Rigby? Oh my god, he's on the floor. He's giving me a weird look. He's so grouchy today. Come here. He's upset.
The nap did not help.
This is
Oh,
Rigby.
He's
Oh, little
so
baby.
cute. Hello, Rigby.
Oh, I love him so
So
much.
precious. So precious. I love
Yeah.
the little strut on him.
He's just so
That's
small.
so
Yeah.
cute.
He's so little.
He's actually so little.
He is. He's itty bitty. Itty bitty little guy. Oh, look at his
He
little face.
reminds me of my cat Neji. He's so cute.
Okay,
Oh,
don't bite me.
You might bite you. A little bit bitey.
Yeah, he's like, I'm grouchy. Please leave me alone. But that's Rigby.
No camera,
So
mom.
so
Yeah.
cute.
Oh,
What a goober.
Love.
I find that male cats tend to be more loving than female cats. Like they want to cuddle more.
That's what I heard.
My boy cat
Yeah.
was like so into cuddling all the time.
Really?
Whereas the girl cats are a little bit more like, on my term.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the same with dogs though. Like Raven is very independent, and our boys that we have, they're very like they need to be around someone 24/7.
Yeah.
Like
Female dogs
Yeah.
are more protective too. But our boys
Very.
are like that, where they're like, I want to be near you.
yeah, I want to be near you. I just want to be touching you. Like literally, I just want to sit with you.
I was laying in bed
Yeah.
earlier, and
Yeah.
it was like me, and then my big dog Finn was like at my feet because he finally joined. My cat's like perched on the bed frame, just glaring, and Severo just comes and sits right on me. I'm like, personal space, my guy. There's so much bed here.
That is.
That's hilarious. That's funny. Yeah, I was nervous about having a boy cat, but everybody I talked to is like, yeah, having a boy cat's like not,
As
it's
long
not
as you
bad.
get him fixed, you're golden. He's gonna be a
Mhm.
sweetheart, playful but sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited. I was nervous about it at first, but he's been great. So thank you, Sam, for influencing me to get a cat.
You're welcome. Anytime.
You're
Let me know
such
when
an
you're ready for round
influencer.
2.
Not yet. Not yet.
I'll give you like a year, but I think that all animals
Yeah.
should come in pairs of 2, so everyone has a friend.
Right?
Play with
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah, I'm curious what he would do too. Because at some point I feel like we're going to be like, he needs a friend. He needs like a little buddy.
But he had siblings, so I I feel like in some
Yeah.
way, like it's natural. Like this one, she's a twin, whereas like my other cat was like, no, thank you, I don't want to be with other cats. That's disgusting.
Mhm.
And now she's like so chill with them and like will like bathe each other. And I'm like, okay, you're fine. She's being dramatic.
That's cool. That's super cool. Yeah, I don't know what he would do. He's pretty chill about like having other people around, and like they had dogs and cats and stuff
Yeah,
when he was at the place. So
that's
I think
good.
he's fine. He's pretty chill. He's pretty much down for whatever.
That's good. Those
So.
are nice ones to have. They're just like cool.
Just chill.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as he gets fed, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He does not care. But he does like to cry sometimes. Like if we're in different rooms and he can hear us, he doesn't want to be by himself. But he doesn't want you to hold him either. He's like, I just want to breathe your air. So can you open the door, please? Yeah. I'm like, I'm right here. Like, it's not that big of a space, dude. You know.
Yeah.
But he's like, don't leave me out here by myself. But then if you come out, I will bite you. So just open the door and stay where you are. Whatever.
Open the door.
Fine.
Put him up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You do you, brother.
I love him so much.
He's cute.
So
yeah,
I
so
love
I'm
Gabby.
sure everybody will hear more about the Rigby adventures as he gets
I
older
can't
and
wait.
whatnot.
I can't wait.
Love to hear it. So cute.
It's now the Rigby Dwellers channel.
It is.
The library is taking a back seat for a little while.
Mm-hmm. The library has been taken over by the cat. It is now his library.
Yeah, his library.
Yeah, King Rigby has taken over. I am but a servant in this house.
This world now.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
you
it's
take the
his
road.
world. Yeah, it's his world. I'm living in it. It's fine.
Yep.
It's fine. Yeah, it does look like a cat sanctuary in here, though, because now we have all the toys and the food and all the stuff. I'm like, what happened to our house? It was my house. I know it's not.
You know, I want to make like a custom cat tower at some point. I'm thinking like castle themed, like the big
I like
stretch
it.
post, but also they can go in and up. It's gonna be fun. Is it a project? Yeah. Am I gonna do it this summer?
Sure.
Probably not, but I'll think about it.
That'd be cool, though. Yeah, I've been seeing all the cool cat trees that have like, I don't know, I saw some for Halloween where they're like coffin shaped spots for them to sit and stuff. And I'm like, that's dope.
Yeah.
I'm like, would he use it? I don't know, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you need to
get him
read.
that.
You gotta
probably
read
get
the
him that, and
manga.
then he wants to sit on the couch.
One of my cats loves the cat towers. The other two are kind of indifferent. But my one, she's like in the hammock, on the pillow, somewhere, always. But you should read Cat and Gamer, the manga series. The 4 so far translated to English.
I did say
But it's
that.
the same thing. It's like a gamer girl getting a kitten for the very first time, and like the trials of like learning how to take care of a cat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so up your alley right now.
That's awesome. Okay, I'll have to look at that.
If you have Hoopla, it might be on there for you.
Yeah, I do.
I
Okay,
read
I'll have to read that.
Ago. Like I have like, I mean, I started so many series, but like I want to continue a series. It's just like cozy, like sort of thing. Because like I have One Piece that I need to start, but like that's
so big.
Yeah,
I know. And like Kane, my partner, he is obsessed with One Piece, and like I just wanted to start the manga. Like I don't want to go through watching all the anime. I'd rather just read the manga.
Yeah.
Like there's too many episodes to watch. Like I could not catch up to him at all.
See, I'm the opposite. I'd rather watch a giant anime than read the mangas, because mangas are so expensive. And they take up so much shelf space. So I'm like, I'll just watch it. It's fine.
I mean, that's very true. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what to do. Like I'd like to collect them because like he's such like an avid collector of One Piece stuff, and like he has all the pops and things like that. I was like, it would be good just to have the whole collection for us just to be like, well, this is a cool like collector's piece. But
Again, I want to do that with Naruto because Austin loves Naruto, but I'm like, oh, there's so many volumes.
So many volumes, like yeah, not good. Not good when it's like $14 for a volume of manga and it takes 5 minutes to read. Like seriously,
Yeah,
That's why I haven't started Spy Family. I'm like, I know there's not that many volumes, but like,
still.
so
I
much
mean,
money.
I collected the first 6, and then my library had the rest of them, so I borrowed them. But like, I haven't bought them because like I've already read them, so I'm like, oh, I probably should just like collect the rest of the series, but I don't really want to. Like,
I find that often. It's like, oh, I've read the book.
yeah,
I'll buy it eventually.
I buy another
Lower priority.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I want to get into manga, but I never know where to start.
Cat and Gamer. It's so cute and it's so
They're the
easy.
ones
It's like
with series out there.
160 pages each ish. So they're pretty
saw-
short, pretty fast.
I like it.
And then you can kind of dip your toes into further. But it's Japanese translated manga.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then obviously you got like Junji Ito, like your horror manga, which is like super
Mhm.
good. Like it's always.
I haven't
really
even finished Uzumaki because it was freaking me out so much.
It's so unsettling and like Death Note.
I don't.
It's like one of my favorite manga series, and I still have to read the last 2 volumes, but like that manga is very heavy on dialogue, so it actually takes you quite a while to read like those volumes.
Ooh, I also just finished Alice in Borderland Volume 1.
Ooh,
And that one's interesting.
Ooh.
It's a horror
I've
manga.
heard that's good, actually.
It's I didn't love the characters, but I think I'm gonna grow to love them. But like they're sent to this like alternate world, very Alice in Wonderlandy, where it's like mini games based off 52 card deck. That's like the level of the game and the hardness, and like people are just dying. It's brutal. And I enjoyed that. I'm excited to continue. So Alice in Borderland is a good horror.
Well, I've seen the series on Netflix, which I have not watched, but like
Yeah, it's also the show.
It looks good, like from what I've seen, because it's Korean, isn't it, or is it Japanese?
I think
Like the
it's
show.
Japanese.
No.
But I'm not entirely sure. But I've heard good things about the show. People really like it.
Yeah, I've had.
I think there's like 2 seasons or something.
Yeah, I think there's 2 seasons. But yeah.
Very cool.
Alrighty. Well, I better get going because I'm gonna go have lunch and I'm actually starving, and then I'm going to lay down because I need to rejuvenate for work tomorrow.
Yeah, you guys need to rest
take a
up.
nap.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I need to finish watching Revenge. I don't know if anyone have you guys watched Revenge before?
I have the older Revenge show with like
Yeah,
the girl that
like,
like goes to the beach
2015,
house.
like, yeah.
That was my shit when I was growing up. Like my mom and I watched that as it was coming out.
Literally
That was
obsessed. Like I'm on season 4 now, and like I obviously am so late to the party because it's like it ended years ago, but it's such an addicting show.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Very much like that Pretty Little Liars, but more towards adults.
So much more like it's just like the rich people and like just oh my god,
drama.
The hatred that I feel for these characters is like next level.
Oh yeah, that was a good show.
It's so.
I haven't thought about it in so long.
Hopefully, I'm gonna go take a Venergen, which will probably knock me out because my hay fever's been just as bad. It's just not.
I've lived off Advil this last week. It's just Advil and Tylenol nonstop.
Same thing.
Hey, I'm so happy I could be here.
Yay!
Yes.
I was worried about it. I was like, if I have to tell her I'm sick again for a live show, I'm gonna be so mad.
It's totally okay.
Inviting me.
It's totally okay. I would definitely still invite you. You have no control over being sick. That's totally
thank you,
fine.
I'm gonna be back August or something. So you're stuck with me.
Yeah, exactly. Fine.
That is fine. Yeah, I think
Alrighty.
August is going to be really fun. Reading Underneath and having Richie on again too. That's going to be awesome.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna feel so unintelligent compared to Richie. I'm gonna be like, the book was good. Take it away with the deep thoughts.
Yeah, when Richie and I used to work together at the bookstore, sometimes we would get into like really deep, like thoughtful discussions on the clock, and we would have customers come up and be like, "Your discussion is really interesting," and I'm like, "Thanks, we're not working at all. We're just sitting here chatting about books."
Literally chatting.
I absolutely love everything you guys have to say for your live shows together. I'm just like, I'm eating this up. This is incredible. If you two wanted like a podcast together, I would listen, and I don't care if anyone else wouldn't. I wouldn't like that.
Hilarious. I always am like, nobody wants to hear all of our random like ramblings that Richie and I have about different books and whatever.
Oh, I love it. It's so fun.
It's fun.
And you guys make me feel so dumb. It's like I don't know how to talk about books anymore.
You are not dumb at all. Richie has like intelligent things to say sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, dude, your frontal lobe is cooked and mine is not, and you can tell. Like, it shows. It's rough. But yeah, Richie's awesome.
What's up, Hal?
Well, it was great.
I'm excited to chat with them.
Yes.
Chat to y'all again soon, hopefully.
Sounds good.
All
right.
Bye,
Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Thank you,
Bye.